We are still short by $80,000 for the emergency surgery fees. You need to hurry up and find the cash. Desperate to scramble together the life-saving medical expenses for my ailing mother. Having just been discharged from the military, I immediately signed up to drive heavy-duty cargo trucks bound for Lhasa. But who could have predicted that right midway through the grueling journey? Our scumbag boss would abandon a mountain of crippling gambling debts and flee into the dead of night, leaving his absolutely breathtaking wife completely in my hands. It's been over 4 agonizing hours already. Is he trying to take until next morning just to withdraw some basic fuel money? Dachuan has old Zhao's phone still not connected yet. He explicitly stated he'd be right back after a quick errand. Look at what time it is. Ma'am, please get inside the truck cab and wait, it's freezing out here. Zhaogang, get your pathetic ass down here right this instant. Oh, so that spineless coward Zhaogang isn't even around, huh? But the gorgeous boss's wife is right here. Boys, drag her down from that truck. Let's have a real cozy chat about how exactly she plans to settle that $200,000 gambling debt. Get the hell away from me, don't you dare touch me. You're just a pathetic low-class driver, who the hell do you think you are? The exact man you are hunting for is not inside this vehicle. Now back off and get lost. Ha! Ha! Ha, looks like we've got a tough guy trying to act like a martial arts master here. Boys, completely cripple this arrogant bastard. Sume, I'm so incredibly sorry. Every single penny is completely gone. I gambled it all away. Those ruthless loan sharks are threatening to chop off my bare hands. I've already sneaked onto an illegal, unregistered vehicle heading back straight into the mainland. Old Zhao, if you just abandon everything and flee, what the hell are we supposed to do? The heavy transport truck is still stranded out here in Golmud. I don't give a damn about that truck or the massive shipment of cargo anymore. I'm handing it all over to Dachuan, let him sell it off to liquidate his unpaid wages. Dachuan, consider this the absolute final favor Big Brother will ever beg of you. Sume, I'm officially leaving Sume completely in your hands as well. Although this woman is high maintenance and incredibly fragile, she is undeniably a world-class beauty. You've got elite combat skills, so take her with you and get out of here. Just don't leave her behind to be torn apart by those savage animals. But, Zhao Gong, you absolute piece of trash, you aren't even a human being. Ha ha ha. That absolute coward Zhao Gong actually abandoned his own gorgeous wife. Perfect. Since he used your body as collateral to settle the score, you are officially coming with Big Brother. We can easily work off that $200,000 debt with your beautiful flesh. Hey Dachuan, you heard your pathetic boss's exact words plain and clear. This heavy rig officially belongs straight to me now. And this entire shipment of cargo is mine too. And this gorgeous woman belongs strictly to me as well. You punk, are you seriously trying to pull a highway robbery on my watch? This heavy rig is the exact collateral Zhao Gang owed me, boys, execute them. If you want to collect what Zhao Gang owes you, go hunt down Zhao Gang yourself. As of right now, this multi-ton transport truck belongs to Jiang. If you dare block my path again, my next crushing boot will land straight on your windpipe. Zhao Gang, that heartless, cowardly bastard. Hurry up and run. Get inside the truck cab immediately. Dachuan, stop crying and lock yourself in tight. If you don't want to die out here, then your only choice is to follow me. Dachuan, did the heating unit completely break down or something? Why is it getting exponentially colder in here? This old rig was long overdue for a major mechanical overhaul. The cooling system and water tank circulation are completely malfunctioning. I was originally planning to pull over and fix it in Golmud. Then what are we supposed to do now? All we can do is pray that the heavens show some mercy, and hope this massive truck doesn't suffer a catastrophic engine failure. We absolutely cannot drive any further tonight. The mountainous road conditions ahead are far too treacherous. With zero visibility in the pitch black, a fatal accident could happen in a split second. We are setting up camp right here for the night. But booking a roadside motel will cost precious cash we don't have. Plus those ruthless loan sharks might still be hunting us from behind. Dachuan, I'm literally freezing to death. You take the sleeper bunk in the back, I'll just sit upright in the driver's seat. Are you seriously intending to sleep like that in this brutal weather? What is the absolute temperature out there right now? It's easily hitting negative 20 degrees, I'd say. What's wrong? You need to crawl over here right this second. Over where? To the sleeper bunk in the back. There's no need, my body can withstand this level of cold. You might be able to take it, but I sure as hell can't endure this freezing torment. Do you seriously want to wake up tomorrow morning to find my body completely frozen stiff? Your bare legs are completely exposed to this biting air. If they get severe frostbite and become completely useless by tomorrow, who else is going to man the wheel and deliver this massive shipment of cargo safely to Lhasa? Are you genuinely trying to ensure that both of us perish in this desolate wasteland? Ma'am, this is highly inappropriate. That's an incredibly narrow single-person bunk bed, ugh. What on earth is inappropriate about trying to survive? If we squeeze together tight, it will easily accommodate both of us. Two bodies sharing body heat will always be infinitely warmer than freezing alone. Back when that scumbag Zhao Gang abandoned me and threw me into your hands, he didn't spend a single fraction of a second thinking about what was appropriate. As of this very moment, you are the only soul I have left in this world. Inaudicate. Dachwen, do you honestly believe we can make it to Lhasa alive? We will. As long as I am drawing breath, this heavy rig keeps moving. Stop moving around. I'm so incredibly cold. Su Mei, listen to me. I am a completely normal, healthy man, and I know. I was used as literal collateral to buy your loyalty, so whatever you want to do to me is fine. Just close your eyes and sleep. The exact moment I safely deliver you to Lhasa. Our debts will be completely settled and we'll be totally square. Shh, don't make a single sound. We've got goddamn oil rats lingering around our rig. Yo boss, this battered old piece of junk truck looks completely abandoned and ready for the scrapyard. But who would have thought the fuel tank would actually be loaded with premium fuel? Cut the useless chatter siphon every last drop out immediately so we can get the hell out of here. This desolate wasteland feels completely cursed. Prepare to meet your absolute doom. Wake up, big brother. Please show some mercy and spare our pathetic lives. We were completely blind to mess with you. How much hard cash do you scumbags have on your bodies right now? We have a little over $1,000. Consider this your mandatory payment for our psychological damages. Furthermore, this massive drum of fuel you siphoned is officially being requisitioned by me, Dachwan. Take this cash. It's going to fund our basic living expenses for the remainder of this trip. But what about those 2 oil thieves? Leave them rotting right there. They aren't weak enough to die from just that. Buckle up tight. We are hitting the road. Dachwan, you were absolute elite out there just now. So incredibly badass. When you are surviving out on these brutal, lawless highways. If your heart isn't completely ruthless, you won't survive for a single second. Sumei, Zhaogang abandoning you and tossing you into my hands was his own scumbag choice. But as long as you are with me, Jiang Dachuan, you will never be treated like some piece of property. Since you chose to walk this treacherous path with me, I will ensure your absolute safety. The exact moment we successfully cross the finish line into Lhasa. Whether you choose to walk away or stay by my side will be 100% your own call. However, until our boots touch the ground in Lhasa, my word is absolute law. I'm not going anywhere else. From now on, I'll manage all the financial books while you handle the driving. Does that sound like a plan? Brace yourself, our true nightmare is only just beginning. Right ahead of us lies the treacherous Kunlun mountain pass universally feared as the gates of hell. What on earth is happening? The engine fuel line is completely frozen solid. Dachuan, isn't that insanely dangerous technique going to trigger a massive explosion? If you want to survive, stop asking questions. While this desperate maneuver is undeniably high risk and borderline suicidal. Out here on the brutal Qinghai Tibet highway, this is a basic essential skill for veteran drivers. Hold on tight, we are officially ascending the mountain. Dachuan, why does this massive truck sound like it's completely suffocating and gasping for air? It's severe oxygen deprivation. The engine is losing all its horsepower and human bodies are going to feel exponentially worse. Su Mei, ma'am, now is definitely not the time to be suffering from a severe altitude sickness flare-up. Open your mouth wide. Don't you dare die on me in this desolate wasteland. Damn it, it's over. She has completely lost her basic swallowing reflex. If this horrific situation continues any further, long before we even cross Wudaoliang, she will be nothing but a frozen corpse. Ha ha ha. Dachuan, am I actually about to die? Force it down your throat and shut the hell up. Conserve every single bit of your remaining oxygen. Dachuan, please, I beg you, don't abandon me out here. Listen to me on this rig unless I personally give the official nod. Not even the Grim Reaper himself has the authority to drag a soul away. Rest assured, I am going to safely deliver you all the way to Lhasa no matter what. I'm actually alive. I completely pulled through. Mister. Thank you so much, Dachuan. Hold off on the gratitude for now. Our next catastrophic nightmare has officially arrived. What on earth is going wrong this time? Scaling up the mountain is the easy part. Descending is a literal death sentence. This piece of junk truck's brake drums are probably worn down to a polished mirror finish. If the braking system completely fails to stop our momentum in a few moments, you better start engraving your final living will straight onto the windshield. You stop trying to terrify me. Terrify you. The water tank is violently boiling over and the brakes are massively overheating. As of right now, we are literally trapped inside a multi-ton death trap, hurtling at absolute velocity straight toward the edge of a bottomless abyss. What the hell is that pungent burning stench? The brake pads are completely scorched and melting. Dachuan, look at that needle. The dashboard gauge has completely spiked straight into the red danger zone. I see it clear as day. The water temperature has blasted past 100 degrees. It's going to violently detonate. Shut your mouth. Brace yourself and protect your head. Don't just stand there dazed. Keep shoveling more snow. Move faster and pile the snow directly onto the engine bay. Take a heavy drag of this cigarette to kickstart your frozen soul. Zhang Dachuan, what exactly was your elite role back when you were serving in the military? I was just a basic mechanic fixing trucks. That's absolute bullshit. A simple mechanic doesn't casually dislocate a thug's arm in a split second. And a simple mechanic would never dare risk their life with such insane suicidal driving maneuvers. Believe whatever the hell you want. Get back inside the cab, we need to blitz through Wudaoliang before total darkness falls. If we get trapped in a massive traffic gridlock out there, not even the gods can save our lives. Wait up for me. Why are your bare hands so incredibly freezing? They got completely numbed from shoveling that freezing snow just now. Put these heavy gloves on, don't let severe frostbite completely ruin your hands. This is honestly a million times warmer than those expensive leather gloves sold in luxury malls. Cut the useless chatter and buckle up tight. What on earth is going on ahead? There's definitely a massive vehicle rollover or a catastrophic road collapse up front. Brace yourself. If we're lucky, we'll be stuck in this gridlock for a couple of hours. If luck isn't on our side, we'll be trapped here, rotting for 2 whole days. Where exactly are you feeling uncomfortable? I'm telling you, I urgently need to use the bathroom. Hold it in. I physically can't hold it anymore. From the absolute second we left Golmud until this very moment, I have been painfully holding it in for an entire agonizing day. Use this empty container. Right here in the open. You seriously want me to do it right here? Well, what other choice do you have? Unless you want to step outside and put on a live performance for the hundreds of stranded drivers out there. Hurry the hell up and stop wasting precious time. Back in the day, whenever I traveled, I stayed exclusively in luxury hotels. When have I ever had to endure such absolute degrading torture? I'm finally finished. This lawless, desolate wasteland is just built different. Now, chuck that liquid waste straight out the window. A living human being can't let a full bladder become their actual cause of death. Hey brother, spare a light for my cigarette. I don't smoke. No worries if you don't smoke. How about lending us some of your food supplies instead? Besides, I noticed you've got an incredibly fine piece of woman sitting inside your truck cab. In this brutally freezing weather, a woman's fragile body gets cold so easily. How about letting my boys hop up there to keep her nice and warm? Relax, brother. I'm absolutely not a bad guy. I can see you guys are also grinding out here on the long haul routes. It's a brutal hustle for everyone. I literally just want to make a few friendly connections with you guys. Oh, so you want to keep her warm, huh? Sure thing. I'll step right down there and give you bastards the ultimate warm welcome. Dachwan. What are we going to do? They're climbing up onto the roof of the cab. Sit perfectly still and don't move a single muscle. You absolute fool. My face. My goddamn face. This target is absolute elite. Attack him all at once, oh? It's all at once. So do you bastards still want to keep her nice and warm? No way we don't want to get warm anymore. Big brother, grandfather, I was completely wrong. Please have mercy. Consider this your mandatory payment for our severe psychological damages. Now pack up your pathetic lives and get the hell out of here. Dachwan, take this cash, we're going to use it to fund our highway tolls. Jiang Dachwan, you looked absolutely majestic and badass out there just now. Stop spouting useless nonsense and make sure the door's locked tight. Dachwan, it's so unbelievably freezing. We absolutely cannot just sit here rotting and waiting for a miracle. The altitude in this godforsaken place is hitting a brutal 4,600 meters. If we delay any longer, your fragile body will completely collapse. Where on earth are you going? I'm going up front to scout out the situation. A broken down vehicle is undoubtedly bottlenecking the entire highway. Keep the door bolted shut. Don't open it for a single soul unless it's me. Dachwan, it's over. It's all completely over for me. If this shipment of cargo isn't delivered on time, my heartless boss is going to liquidate my entire year's worth of wages. What is your pathetic weeping supposed to accomplish right now? Hurry the hell up and call for emergency roadside assistance. In this literal ghost town, emergency rescue wouldn't be able to reach us even by tomorrow morning. The steering knuckle is completely fractured and snapped, and the axle shaft is totally ruined. The engine's horsepower can't transfer to the wheels at all. Our only desperate option is to dismantle it and forcefully tow it out of the path. Are you an expert mechanic or something? Stop standing around like a bunch of brainless statues. Anyone who actually values their life, get your asses down here and help. Vehicles up front, pull up and secure the heavy-duty tow ropes. Everyone in the back, get down here to push with all your might. If we can't clear this bottleneck right now, there's no telling how many agonizing days we'll be trapped freezing out here. Listen to this brother's orders. Let's get to work. I've got the heavy-duty tow cables. I've got a massive wrench right here. You over there, get that crimson Dongfeng rig to hook up its trailer hitch. The rest of you guys get behind the tailgate and push on my signal. 1-2 heave, 1-2 heave, 1-2 heave. It's moving. The bottleneck is cleared. The highway is officially opened. Let's move. Dachwan, your bare hands. Are they completely unharmed? The path is cleared, which means we can finally get the hell out of here. Hurry up and thaw out your hands. Sumei, there's absolutely no need for that. Don't you dare move a single muscle. It is far too freezing outside. Sit back down and buckle up. We're hitting the road. Dachwan, if it wasn't for your elite survival skills tonight, I would have undeniably perished frozen in this desolate wasteland. You aren't going to die. I explicitly stated that as long as I am drawing breath, the Grim Reaper himself wouldn't dare claim your soul. I am absolutely starving to death. From yesterday until this very moment, I've only survived on a single pack of instant ramen. There's an illuminated roadside diner straight ahead. Is the food there even safely edible? If you don't want to eat, feel free to starve. Now keep up with my pace. Boss, serve us 2 massive bowls of beef noodles and 1 plate of stir-fried greens. Are you seriously ordering only that small amount? Why not indulge in a fresh leg of lamb? It was just freshly slaughtered, no need to rush your journey. The boiling rich broth instantly washed down into my stomach, and my frozen body finally felt completely re-energized. Boss, bring us the bill. That will be a grand total of $800. How much exactly? 800? What do you broke bastards think that's too expensive? Are these goddamn noodles coated in pure gold or something? 2 basic bowls of noodles and a single plate of greens for $800. You highway robbers are literally committing extortion. Listen here, beautiful. Watch your tone before you start accusing people. We are sitting high up on a brutal plateau. Do you have any idea how insanely high the transport costs are? These fresh green vegetables literally arrived here via first-class flight. If you think it's too pricey, that's completely fine. If you don't have the cash, we can easily use your body as collateral to settle the debt. Have this gorgeous little sister accompany me and my boys for a couple of drinks. And this entire feast will be 100% on the house. How about that? Hell yeah, baby big brother right here has premium liquor and a nice scorching hot bed waiting for you. Here is $50 for the actual price of the noodles, not a single penny more. If you dare try to detain her by force, go ahead and try your luck, you absolute piece of trash. Execute this arrogant bastard immediately. Leave the fine woman behind. I will personally slaughter you. Run, get out of here right now. Dachwan. Buckle up and hold on tight. Dachwan. The blizzard is getting far too intense. The visibility is completely shot. I can't see the road at all. Brace yourself. Dachuan, what the hell is that pungent odor? Something is heavily scorched. Damn it. The clutch plates are completely burned out. This multi-ton rig is officially dead in its tracks. What on earth went wrong? Why has the truck completely stopped moving? The clutch plates are completely burned to a crisp. Then what on earth are we supposed to do now? We fix it, but in this brutal weather, with temperatures hitting negative 30 degrees, stepping outside to repair it is a death sentence. If you expose your bare hands out there for even 5 minutes, they'll be completely ruined and useless. Our only option is to grit our teeth and forcefully endure the night inside this freezing cab. Are we actually going to die out here? You aren't going to die. Get over here right now. If you actually value your life, stop being so damn fastidious. The temperature in this godforsaken wasteland can plummet straight to negative 30 degrees at night. If we sleep apart by tomorrow morning, we will be nothing but a pair of frozen ice sculptures. It's freezing. It's so unbelievably freezing. Get closer to me. Stop squirming around. Dachwan? Yeah. Do you have any idea that I was essentially sold off to that scumbag Zhao Gang? I originally came from the deep, impoverished mountains of Sichuan. My family was absolutely destitute. That year, my younger brother gambled away everything and racked up crippling debts with ruthless loan sharks. They detained him by force and threatened to savagely chop off his bare hands. Zhao Gang happened to be in our area collecting cargo at that exact time. He laid his eyes on me, paid off the entire debt, and took me away. Just like that, my own flesh and blood treated me like a literal piece of merchandise and shoved me straight into the passenger seat of his truck. I genuinely believed that as long as I remained submissive and worked myself to the bone, life would eventually get better. But look how that turned out. From this moment on, absolutely no one will ever be able to sell you off like property again. The moment he gambled everything away and lost, he casually used my body as mere collateral to settle his score. I swear to you, from now on, no one will ever treat you like cargo again. I'm not afraid anymore. Dachwan, try to get a little more sleep. Hurry up and eat this food while it's still piping hot. The overhaul is officially complete. Let's see if luck is on our side this time. It's moving. The engine is actually responding. Hold on tight. The stretch of road immediately ahead is a steep descent and the surface is completely covered in black ice. Dachwan, why on earth aren't you driving any faster? There are 0 vehicles behind us. If you have a literal death wish, just say the word, because this entire highway is coated in solid ice. The exact second my boot taps that brake pedal, our multi-ton rig will hurtle off the cliff and will become a pair of doomed star-crossed lovers. Dachwan, there's a massive vehicle completely blocking the road up front. Are they looking for a goddamn death sentence? Brace yourself and hold on tight. Grip that handle with all your might. Did you happen to wet your pants just now, ma'am? You are an absolute maniac. I truly believed we were going to violently crash and die. I genuinely thought our lives were completely over just now. I explicitly stated before. The Grim Reaper himself doesn't dare claim my soul, so naturally he wouldn't dare touch yours either. Let's move. Shift the transmission down into low gear and keep your foot completely off the brakes. If you clueless bastards don't want to crash, just follow my truck's exact tire tracks. What's wrong now? Did the rig break down again? The coupling shaft completely snapped and the radiator fan stopped spinning entirely. This time the old girl is genuinely pushing me to my absolute limits. Then Then what on earth are we supposed to do? Let's just look for a proper roadside repair shop. Step into one of those highway trap places and you won't get out without dropping 3 to 5 grand. The pathetic amount of cash left in our pockets won't even cover their baseline labor fees. Then how can we possibly fix this? Improvise. When you're dead broke, you use the dead broke method of mechanics. Aha, found it. Dachwan, what insane MacGyver stunt are you trying to pull now? Pure textbook battlefield mechanics. Pass me that heavy wrench right now. Give me the pliers. Dachwan, does it hurt terribly? It's not enough to kill me. Hop into the cab and crank the ignition. Step on the gas and give it some fuel. It's spinning. Dachwan, the radiator fan is actually spinning again. Dachwan, you are an absolute tactical genius. Are you some kind of literal wizard? I can't believe you actually patched up a catastrophic failure like this. Alright, that's enough. Don't get your clean clothes dirty, rubbing against me. We need to hurry up and hit the road immediately. This jerry-rigged piece of junk won't hold up for very long. It's literally just a temporary band-aid to keep us moving. The exact second we secure our payout in Lhasa, we'll have the cash to swap in brand new parts. Dachwan, look at that modern fleet over there. Their rigs look so incredibly high-end and imposing. The entire professional convoy has completely broken down in its tracks. What do you mean the emergency rescue team won't arrive until tomorrow morning? When the hell is this multi-million-dollar shipment of cargo supposed to get delivered? What the hell am I even paying you useless bastards for? Let's just bypass them and steer around. Don't go poking your nose into other people's messy business. Hey, where on earth do you think you're going? To go scan the situation? Who knows? Maybe we can hustle enough cash to buy a pack of cigarettes. Did the fuel pump completely fail? Step aside and let me take a proper look. The fuel injector nozzles are totally clogged. The fuel quality in this godforsaken region is absolute garbage. Should we just dismantle the whole assembly and clean it out? Don't touch it. If you amateurs tear it apart, you won't have the skills to reassemble it. Huh. Where the hell did this raggedy junk collecting hobo roll in from? Get the hell out of here. Stop bottlenecking our workspace. We are attempting to repair highly sophisticated machinery here. If you completely destroy it, do you honestly think you can afford to compensate us? Exactly. You're driving a battered old piece of junk rig, yet you have the audacity to come over here lecturing professionals. We strictly require the expertise of a licensed certified technician. Your fuel supply advanced timing is completely out of alignment to begin with. Not to mention your valve clearance is exponentially too wide. This engine was calibrated for sea level planes, but you dragged it up to a brutal 4,500 meter altitude. The air thinner up here causes massive intake deficiency, and the fuel isn't burning completely, meaning this engine literally suffocated to death. Damn brother, you genuinely know your stuff. We've got nothing left to lose at this point. Can you actually fix her, man? Boss, you're seriously putting your faith in this total hobo. His own pathetic rig is literally ready for the junkyard. How could he possibly repair our high-end multi-$100,000 Steyr? Exactly, just make sure he doesn't completely destroy the vehicle. Hand me that flathead screwdriver. Holy hell, is he actually doing mechanical repairs right now, Noel? Or is he effortlessly playing a masterpiece on a grand piano? Crank the ignition. This is absolute god-tier mechanics. He's an absolute wizard. Brother, you are a literal legend. An absolute master of the craft. Take a look at this. I am Zhang Defa, the Regional Director of Southwest Logistics. I deeply apologize for my crew's absolute disrespect earlier, brother. This god-tier mechanical skill of yours is completely mind-blowing. From now on, if you ever run into any sort of trouble along this highway route, just drop my official name. Whether it's the traffic police or the highway administration, it will completely clear your path. Zhang Dachwan, just a long-haul driver bound for Lhasa. Dachwan, you looked absolutely magnificent and badass out there just now. What on earth just happened? Did we violently collide with someone? We didn't hit a human being. Get your asses down from that truck cab right now. You just slaughtered my sheep. Pay up. It's completely over for us, Dachwan. We actually struck and killed a local sheep. Am I genuinely some kind of jinx or bad luck curse? Dachwan, did my presence completely ruin your entire destiny? Not a single thing has gone smoothly for us along this entire journey. This happens to be a premium elite breeding ram. Don't even dream of driving away from here without dropping $5,000 cash. If you broke bastards, don't cough up the funds. We will seize your cargo and impound this truck. $5,000? Forget about a massive fortune like $5,000. As of right now, we can't even scrape together a measly $200. Stay inside the truck cab. Bolt the doors shut tightly and do not step down under any circumstances. $5,000 straight cash missing even a single penny is absolutely non-negotiable. What the hell do you think you're doing, trying to destroy the physical evidence? $5,000. This sheep has been dead for at least 4 agonizing hours already. The rigor mortis has set in so deeply that the carcass is stiff as a literal rock. And you have the absolute audacity to look me in the eye and claim I just struck it. Furthermore, look closely at this blood. It's a dark, stagnant crimson and completely coagulated. If a living sheep were violently struck down, its main arteries would rupture instantly, causing the blood to spray out aggressively in a vibrant, bright red hue. But this fluid of yours was clearly collected from somewhere else and intentionally splashed over the tires, wasn't it? Cut the useless chatter. The carcass is lying dead directly under your truck, which means you are 100% responsible for hitting it. Boys, execute them. If you want hard cash, I have absolutely zero for you. However, this heavy iron wrench in my hand happens to be incredibly solid. If any of you bastards think your skulls are tougher than a solid rock, by all means step up and test your luck. Big brother, massive misunderstanding. I completely remember it clearly now. This sheep probably froze to death in the bitter cold last night, so she's a mistake. My eyes played tricks on me and I totally misjudged the situation. Misjudged the situation? If you're completely blind, go get your eyes medically treated. Stop pulling your pathetic extortion scams out on the open highway. You're extremely lucky my braking system responds flawlessly. If I had failed to stop this multi-ton rig in time, your body would currently be sharing the exact same fate as that dead animal. Yes, your lecture is absolutely spot on, big brother. We are packing up and leaving this exact second. Hold it right there, big brother. What further commands do you have for us? Drag that rotting carcass away and stop bottlenecking my path. Furthermore, this foul blood completely splattered all over my heavy tires. Do you honestly believe getting a rig washed is free? Then, big brother, what exactly is your baseline requirement to settle this? $300 straight cash to cover my washing fees plus an emotional distress tax. My boss's gorgeous wife is sitting right inside this cab and she's incredibly fragile, Ikikat. You completely terrified her, so you are damn right you're going to compensate us. Big brother, please take this cash to buy a pack of cigarettes and calm your immense wrath. Now pack up your pathetic lives and get the hell out of here, ha 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 ha. Take this cash, consider it our funding for a premium dinner feast tonight. Did we seriously just solve the issue like that? Using a dead sheep to stage a fake accident is an ancient low-tier hustle on these roads. From now on, hold back your tears and wipe that crying expression off your face. Out here on this lawless highway, tears are the absolute cheapest, most useless currency. Great, our next chaotic nightmare has officially arrived. Do you think those extortionist scumbags from earlier called the authorities on us? If it's a blessing, it won't turn into a curse. But if it's a curse, there is absolutely no dodging it. Dachuan, if they decide to execute a full vehicular search, don't say a single word. Let me handle the talking. Kill the engine, show proper respect. Where are you broke bastards coming from and what is your destination? Departed from Zinning, bound straight for Lhasa. Get that blinding flashlight out of my face, officer. Wait. Squad leader, good evening, squad leader. Wangangchang, holy hell, squad leader, it actually is you. I genuinely believe my eyes were playing tricks on me in the dark. How on earth did a legendary soldier like you end up out in this desolate wasteland? Did you officially get discharged and reassigned from active duty? It's already been 3 long years since I transitioned out. I was assigned here to serve as the local highway patrol captain. Squad leader, look at me. Does this official law enforcement uniform still fit my frame perfectly? What the hell are you rookies all standing around dazed for? Salute, this is my legendary former squad leader. The undisputed top 3 champion of the entire military district's scouting competition back in the day. An absolute god tier soldier king. Every single ounce of lethal combat skill I possess was forcefully beaten into me by his boots. We finally arrived. We made it to the destination. Who the hell is pounding on the door like they're summoning ghosts in the dead of night? We're delivering a cargo shipment. All the way from Sining. The warehouse owner isn't present and look at the goddamn time. Come back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. sharp. Sir, please show some leniency and work with us. We've been relentlessly driving for several days and nights straight. No, Getsu. Even if the Almighty himself showed up, you're still waiting until tomorrow morning to unload. How can that bitter old bastard be so completely heartless? We sleep right here inside the truck cab. But, Dachuan, why don't we just go find a decent hotel to rest in? I noticed a budget guest house sitting right by the intersection up front. The cargo remains with the vehicle, which means the driver cannot abandon the truck for a single second. Human bodies must stay right here to guard it. I can't believe this piece of junk rig actually managed to crawl up the plateau. I hope your atrocious driving didn't completely shatter my expensive merchandise. Inspect the cargo yourself then. Oh, running long-haul routes while bringing along a gorgeous piece of eye candy. You broke bastards are living a pretty lavish lifestyle, aren't you? Be careful with that. Gently, you idiots, those are highly fragile goods. The baseline transport fee was $12,000, but you're 2 days late, so that's a mandatory $1,000 penalty. The brutal turbulence along the highway caused severe structural damages to the product, which is another $1,000 deduction, plus this box was completely shattered under your watch, so you take 100% responsibility. Deduct another $1,000. Take your pathetic $9,000 and get the hell out of my sight. Boss, you absolutely cannot calculate the final payout like a thief. The severe blizzards completely bottlenecked the mountain passes. That is a literal, natural disaster. Furthermore, that specific crate was explicitly shattered by your own workers just now. I witnessed the whole thing with my own 2 eyes. Witnessed it, who the hell witnessed a damn thing? Did any of you boys see anything fall? Nope, we didn't see a single thing. Listen here, little sister, executing a business transaction requires strictly abiding by the rules. However, rules are completely rigid and unyielding, while human beings are highly adaptable. Accompany Big Brother for a wild drinking session tonight, and I'll willingly grant you that $3,000 deficit as a bonus, you absolute shameless scumbag. You refuse to accept my generosity and choose to push your luck. Either grab your pathetic 9,000 bucks and beat it, or don't even dream of walking away with a single cent. In this exact territory of Duolong, my word is the absolute law. Settle the full bill right now. Who the hell do you think you are trying to boss me around? Do you honestly want to bet on whether I can make sure this piece of junk rig never rolls out of Lhasa alive? You clearly haven't asked around about who owns these streets, have you? Oh, so you want to put your hands on me? Go ahead and try it, you scumbag. Bye. Big brother, let's talk this out. Please have some mercy. If your finger gets completely snapped, a trip to the ER can still patch it back up. But if your goddamn neck gets broken, not even the gods above can resurrect your soul. Bye. Big brother, let's talk this out logically. Everything is negotiable. The baseline transport fee is $12,000 straight cash. Hand it over right this instant. Plus, your pathetic crew wasted our precious time during the unloading process. And you completely terrified my boss's gorgeous wife earlier. Tack on another $500 as a mandatory emotional distress tax. Do you have a single problem with that? No, absolutely zero problems. Oh. Yeah. It's only fair I won't steal a single penny extra from you. Sign the receipt and stamp the official seal to legally verify that the cargo has been safely received and the balance has been completely settled in full. Let's move. That was absolutely terrifying. But you were also incredibly ruthless out there. Here, take this. What on earth is this cash for? Go buy yourself some premium skincare cream. The Plato wines are incredibly brutal. Cracked and chapped skin doesn't suit your beautiful face. Wait inside the truck cab for a moment. Hop down from the rig, let's grab some real food. We can finally indulge in a proper piping hot meal. Boss, bring us 2 massive bowls of local noodles, a pot of sweet tea, and carve up a pound of fresh yak meat. This is absolutely heavenly. The funds have officially been wired back home. My mother's emergency surgery expenses are completely taken care of now. This chaotic job is officially wrapped up and done. What exactly do you mean by that? That multi-ton rig was used as collateral by Zhao Gang to buy my loyalty. But I've always been a lone wolf who operates completely solitary. Dragging a fragile woman along on these long-haul routes is highly inconvenient. Take this $1,500 cash. It's more than enough to buy a train ticket straight back to the mainland. And the leftover change can fund your basic living expenses for a while. Zhang Dachuan, do you honestly perceive me as nothing but a useless burden? Or do you genuinely look at me as some piece of garbage that was traded off once and can now be casually tossed aside whenever it suits you? I absolutely didn't mean it that way at all. The Sichuan-Tibet highway is undeniably no place for a fragile woman to survive. It is far too grueling and flooded with lawless chaos. Heading back to the mainland to secure a stable job is infinitely better than grinding out here with me. Go back to the mainland. Back to where, exactly? Zhaogang has completely vanished into thin air. And those ruthless loan sharks are hunting him down across the globe, meaning they'll effortlessly target me next. As for my biological family, my own parents cold-bloodedly sold me off to Zhaogang like livestock. If I crawl back to them now, it literally guarantees I'll just get auctioned off a second time. Along this treacherous highway, the brutal altitude sickness nearly claimed my life, and I was left freezing to death like a stray dog in the snow. I was relentlessly harassed by disgusting thugs and preyed upon by low-life extortionists. Aisume might be completely powerless in this lawless world, but I am still a living, breathing human being. I am absolutely not some shiny object that you men can choose to drag along when it's convenient, and then casually discard in the dirt whenever you're done with it. I explicitly told you I didn't mean it that way at all. You witnessed the absolute horror of this highway with your own 2 eyes. We are literally strapping our lives to our belts just to hustle for a basic living out here. I'm just a rough, uneducated former soldier who knows nothing but brute force. There's no telling which day I'll end up flipping this multi-ton rig straight into a bottomless ditch. What on earth could you possibly gain by following a guy like me? What do I gain? I gain the fact that you are a genuine, real man. I gain the fact that you didn't heartlessly abandon me to die on the side of the road. And I gain your sacred promise that you would never sell me off like property. Sit back down. The entire diner is staring at us. I refuse to sit down. Look at this notebook yourself. October 12th, refueling stop at Golmud. 320 liters of diesel at a unit price of $4.2, bringing the total to exactly 1,000. Dry emergency ration 0. We avoided dining at roadside traps. Furthermore, Dachuan, your mechanical skills are legendary. That saved us at least $2,000 in baseline vehicle repair fees. I have absolutely zero intention of freeloading off your hard-earned food. I will act as your official accountant and scout out premium freight orders for your rig. Zhang Dachuan, you possess elite driving skills, but I know exactly how to manage a household. You possess absolute combat prowess, but I possess the art of strategic negotiation. Take our earlier encounter at Lai Changgui's warehouse, for example. If you hadn't used your fist to enforce dominance, our hard-earned cash would have undeniably been stolen from us forever. However, if you exclusively rely on brute force and violence to solve every conflict, what wealthy freight owner in this entire region would ever dare hire your services again? You are literally burning bridges and narrowing your own path to survival. This massive rig belongs strictly to you. Making you the absolute boss, I am simply working as your subordinate. All you need to do is cover my basic food and shelter. As for my official salary, you can hand that out based on your mood. However, I have one non-negotiable condition. The finances will be under my strict custody, and the ledger will be manually logged by me. I'm not acting as some high-maintenance boss's wife. I'm officially your financial manager. Fine. Since you are officially managing the books now, you might as well hold on to this cash. Let me lay down the cold hard truth right now. If you're grinding out here on these long-haul roads with me, and we run into ruthless highway bandits or flip the rig into a ditch, don't you dare start crying. I won't shed a single tear. As long as you don't heartlessly abandon me to the wild. Even if the literal heavens collapse, I will not cry. Where are we heading next? We can't just drive an empty, unprofitable rig back to Chengdu. The sheer cost of diesel alone will burn through 3 to 4 grand. And that's completely excluding the ridiculous highway toll fees. If we don't secure a massive haul for the return trip, this whole run becomes a total financial disaster. Where exactly do we find a client? The Cargo Logistics Information Center over in the Liuwu New District. The stench in this place is absolutely overwhelming. This chaotic logistics market is always a gamble. Anyone got a 200,000 ton load, I'll offer 200 bucks. 100, get the hell out of here. 200 bucks, for that pathetic price, you might as well hire a pack of donkeys to haul your trash. You clearly despise suffocating crowds and chaotic environments like this, don't you? Back in the day, I'd just take one quick glance at the chalkboard. And if the payout seemed remotely decent, I'd lock it in immediately. I never wasted time bickering over details, which is precisely why you've suffered a massive amount of hidden financial losses, right? Just wait outside the building for a minute. I'll go scout the situation myself. Boss, give me 2 premium packs of Chunghwa cigarettes, and throw in 2 pounds of White Rabbit creamy candies. Here you go, little sister, have some candy. Hey girl, which particular highway route does your crew usually run? We literally just wrapped up a grueling run from signing straight to Lhasa. And now we're aggressively hunting for a return shipment bound for Chengdu. Are there any premium high-paying jobs listed? There's an urgent shipment of high-precision machinery being decommissioned from a major hydropower plant, and it needs to be rushed back to Chengdu immediately. The wealthy cargo owner is currently losing his absolute mind with anxiety. He's offering a premium transport fee of $22,000 straight cash, settled instantly upon delivery, but even with such a lucrative prize, nobody dares to touch it. A notorious local syndicate known as the Zhangde Convoy has completely cornered the cargo owner and held him hostage. They refuse to haul the load themselves, and they aggressively terrorize anyone else who tries. They're extorting him on the spot, demanding an astronomical $40,000. Dachuan, we just hit the absolute jackpot. There is a massive high-priority batch of high-precision engineering equipment dismantled from a major hydropower plant, and it desperately needs to be transported back to Chengdu right this second. The client is losing his absolute mind with anxiety. The transport payout is locked in at a massive $22,000 paid out in instant cash. With such an incredibly lucrative goldmine on the table, why hasn't anyone claimed it? Oh, there is a catch, and it's a massive one. A powerful thuggish local syndicate called the Zhangde Convoy has completely trapped the client and cut off his options. They refuse to transport the equipment themselves, and they violently block anyone else from touching it. They are ruthlessly extorting him on the spot, demanding a staggering $40,000 to release the load. This brutal syndicate is heavily armed with dangerous weapons. Just moments ago, I watched several desperate drivers attempt to accept the contract, but they were all violently intimidated and backed down from the sheer terror of their stares. Dachuan, maybe we should just play it safe and look for an alternative shipment. Where exactly is the cargo owner located right now? He's cornered inside that private back office over there, but the entrance is heavily guarded by 7 or 8 massive hulking thugs. They are all high-level enforcers from the notorious Zhangde syndicate, and they look absolutely lethal and completely untouchable. How about we just pivot and search for a much safer job? $22,000 pure cash is worth the risk. Hey, please don't do anything reckless or impulsive. They completely outnumber us. I am walking in there strictly to secure a freight contract, not to instigate a bloody brawl. As long as the cargo owner officially greenlights my bid, not even the Almighty himself can block my path. Lead the way. Listen to me carefully, you pathetic bastard named Liu. In this entire territory of Lhasa, if our Zhangde convoy doesn't personally grant authorization, that pile of high-tech scrap metal of yours will rot to absolute dust in the warehouse because no living soul will dare touch it. What the hell do you think you're doing? Are you completely blind? God damn it. You're a completely unfamiliar face punk. Which specific faction do you roll with? Are you seriously trying to hijack my contract without paying proper respect to the local lords? Boss, I swear on my life, it's absolutely not an issue regarding the transport fee. I desperately want to hit the road and leave right this second. But your highly advanced imported Scania rig has completely broken down and died. 3 different waves of elite mechanics from Loss's top repair shops have already inspected it, and every single one of them declared that the sophisticated electronic fuel injection system is entirely unfixable. If the vehicle is completely immobilized, how on earth am I supposed to haul the cargo? Manager Liu, I warned you a long time ago about this exact scenario. That foreign high-tech toy simply can't handle the brutal, unforgiving environment of the plateau. Our Zangda convoy might drive older rigs, but our vehicles are incredibly rugged and practically indestructible. How about this? I'll call in a heavy flatbed tow truck to haul your broken rig back to Chengdu for repairs. Tack on an extra $5,000 for the towing service, bringing the grand total to $45,000. What do you say? I can fix it. The advanced Bosch Common Rail high-pressure fuel injection system on this specific model clogs up easily. The core issue stems entirely from low-quality fuel contaminants. The engine itself isn't structurally damaged. Hand me a standard Allen wrench set. I will have this monster running flawlessly within exactly 10 minutes. Oh, holy hell, what absolute comedy is this? Boys, did you hear the insane garbage coming out of this punk's mouth? A clueless backwater hillbilly driving a pathetic broken-down old rig actually has the absolute audacity to claim he understands the inner workings of a Scania. He even boasts that he can personally repair an advanced electronic fuel injection system. Do you even possess a single clue what electronic fuel injection actually means, you idiot? Do you honestly believe it operates exactly like your pathetic farming tractor, where you can just clear the fuel lines by blowing into them with your mouth? Master, can you truly repair this machine? Hand him the heavy toolbox right now. Hey, you absolute country bumpkin, you better watch your clumsy hands. If you accidentally shatter that delicate sensor, or whatever the hell it is selling that pathetic old rig of yours won't even cover a fraction of the damages. Listen up, boys. Let's place a high-stakes bet right here, right now. If this clueless punk actually manages to resurrect this machine, I will literally swallow this heavy metal wrench whole. But if he fails miserably, we are going to completely smash his garbage truck into absolute scrap metal, sell it for pennies, and buy a premium round of booze for the squad. And what exactly happens if he actually fixes it? If he actually fixes it, I'll loudly call you my biological mother right here. I strictly have no interest in raising a massive useless son like you. If he completely restores this vehicle, from this day forward, whenever your Zangda convoy crosses paths with our heavy rig, you'll be forced to tuck your tails and detour away. Deal. Deal, I'll happily take that bet. If he can actually make this dead engine roar back to life, I will personally stay completely out of your way whenever I spot you in Lhasa. Fire up the ignition. This is an absolute miracle, a literal miracle. Those professional mechanics from the top repair shops earlier wasted half the goddamn day and couldn't even get a single spark out of it. Master, you just took one shot and completely solved the entire crisis. This is structurally impossible. Hey, who exactly was the loudmouth bragging about detouring away just a second ago? Does this self-proclaimed big boss treat his own words like absolute hot air? Exactly. You lost the bet, so honor the stakes. Next time you see their truck, remember to steer clear and hide like cowards. You bastards got lucky this time. Move out, move out. Master, this high priority contract belongs exclusively to you now. $22,000 pure cash, I won't short you a single penny. Furthermore, take this extra $1,000 as your official vehicle repair fee. Consider it a small bonus to grab yourself a premium pack of cigarettes. Manager Liu, you better think this reckless decision through carefully. I've personally inspected that punk's vehicle. It's nothing but a heavily dilapidated, near-scrap ancient model. Your cargo consists of highly delicate precision engineering equipment. If it gets completely ruined by the brutal roads or flipped straight into a bottomless ravine, selling his literal soul won't be enough to compensate your massive losses. Former military district squad leader Zhang Dachuan. I have personally executed a complete overhaul on this vehicle, aside from its weathered, worn-out exterior look. The heavy chassis is infinitely more solid than a brand new factory model. If a single piece of cargo gets damaged, I will pay for it with my actual life. Excellent, sign the contract. Manager Liu, this specific clause is mathematically incorrect. That's incorrect. In the event of severe transport delays triggered by unavoidable acts of God, the logistics carrier should strictly only be liable for exactly 50% of the penalty. This exact clause absolutely needs to be completely rewritten. You are already well aware of the hazardous, chaotic road conditions along the Sichuan-Tibet highway, right? Vehicles flipping straight over into ravines is an incredibly common occurrence out here. This is a massive level of liability that our crew simply cannot afford to shoulder. Fine, consider this unfair clause completely crossed out and void. Buckle up tightly, we might run into a hell of a lot more chaotic trouble in a second. The entry road is completely blocked right here. If you've got the balls, why don't you try flying your oversized rig straight in? And if your heavy vehicle accidentally scratches or damages my heavy forklift, Ha 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 ha. Every single speck of paint chipped off will cost you a flat $5,000 penalty. You ruthless thugs are completely taking advantage of us. I'm going to dial the authorities right now. Don't bother calling the police is entirely useless in this lawless sector. This area technically qualifies as private commercial property, so they can easily fabricate a lie that they are simply performing routine warehouse operations. Make sure your seatbelt is securely locked in, and grip that overhead grab handle as tightly as possible. Dachuan, it's physically impossible to squeeze through that gap we are going to Yongsu. What the hell are you useless slackers staring at? Do you all suddenly have a death wish and want to lose your damn jobs? Whichever one of you cowards dares to load a single piece of freight onto that rig is officially declaring open warfare against me and my entire syndicate. What on earth are we supposed to do, pal? Post it to do now. The shipment absolutely must be dispatched by tomorrow morning without fail. Since none of these cowards have the guts to load the cargo, I will manually load the entire shipment myself. Listen up, fellow workers and masters. Every single one of us ventured out to this brutal place strictly to hustle and earn a decent living. Whoever steps up right now and lends us a helping hand will receive a flat $50 cash bonus on the spot for their hard labor. $50 cash paid out, Roisa. Yuriinti. Dixia since is section so Yarxa second daily thoughts and this. What the hell are we even terrified of? We are working directly under the official cargo owner's payroll. Not kissing the boots of that thuggish Zangda syndicate? Let's move out. This was undeniably the dirty handiwork of that scar-faced bastard from earlier. These hollow tactical spikes are explicitly engineered for a slow deceptive deflation. If we had carelessly hit the open highway with these embedded in the rubber. After cruising for a few dozen kilometers, the intense friction would heat the tires and cause the internal air pressure to skyrocket, triggering these spikes to violently detonate the heavy tires like high-velocity bullets. Hold on tight, the route leading out of this city is going to be incredibly treacherous. We will settle this bloody score in full once we make our return trip. Hello, Manager Su. Manager Liu, have you successfully managed to clear the city checkpoints yet? I literally just received word from my informants that several heavily armed vehicles from the Zangda syndicate have aggressively mobilized and headed out. You two must stay absolutely vigilant and watch your backs. This specific shipment is overwhelmingly critical to our operations. Absolutely nothing can be allowed to go wrong under any circumstances. Rest completely assured, Manager Liu. We have already hit the open road and are charging straight ahead. We ran into a minor bit of chaotic trouble just a moment ago, but Dachuan effortlessly neutralized the entire threat. That is fantastic news, truly fantastic news. As long as you can safely deliver the cargo to Chengdu on schedule, I will personally pull some strings regarding the budget and approve an additional $2,000 performance bonus for your team. We sincerely appreciate your generosity, Manager Liu. The base freight rate is locked in at $22,000, plus our initial $5,000 deposit and that $1,000 mechanic fee. And factoring in the extra $2,000 bonus Manager Liu just officially promised us. That brings our grand total revenue to a staggering $25,000. Fuel costs will likely burn through roughly $4,000, while highway toll fees should hover around $2,000. And once we account for basic meals and a contingency fund for emergency repairs. Dachuan, this single return run is going to secure us a massive net profit of $17,000. Yeah, that's a serious chunk of cash. $17,000 pure profit. That is literally equivalent to an entire year's salary for an average working class laborer. Put that cigarette out already, it's absolutely suffocating. Wait, why are we stopping the truck? What's going on? To buy some supplies, hop down from the cab. Try this jacket on for size. I already own a heavy winter coat. It's the official military grade issue from my army days. You've been grinding in that ancient rag for how many years now? The internal cotton lining is completely matted and useless at trapping heat. Put it on. You are the absolute face of this operation now. You'll be negotiating high-stakes deals with wealthy cargo owners from here on out. So running around looking like a penniless beggar is absolutely out of the question. Didn't you even notice the skeptical look Manager Liu gave you earlier? Besides, when you were aggressively loading that heavy freight back at the warehouse, the fabric across your shoulders completely wore through and tore open. How much for this $180? For genuine leather, we'll offer $80. If you won't sell, we walk. Oh, come on, sister. You are absolutely ruthless with your bargaining. $120 is my absolute bottom dollar. $90. And we won't offer a single penny more. Fine, you drive a hard bargain. $95, I literally cannot go any lower than that. It's a deal. Are you not going to buy something nice for yourself? I strictly only want this piece right here. We will take this item as well. Dachuan, yeah. Once we've stacked up enough serious capital, I want to establish our own logistics firm. We can lease a massive commercial yard right in the heart of Chengdu, so we no longer have to endure the brutal suffering of these long-haul routes. And we can finally stop living in constant fear and anxiety. You will be completely in charge of maintenance and managing our heavy fleet, while I handle the corporate clients and take strict control of the ledger. Deal. I'd love to recruit all the brothers from my old military unit to join us. The vast majority of them are currently stuck back home farming the fields, or breaking their backs hauling bricks on chaotic construction sites. Their daily lives are filled with brutal, unforgiving hardship. But every single one of those men is absolutely dependable to the core, and they aren't afraid to risk their lives. Sounds like a solid plan. I'm completely on board with your vision. Dachuan, try to get some sleep. I'll wake you up once we arrive at our destination. What's wrong? Do we have a tail trailing behind us? Those vehicles with Qinghai plates are undeniably targeting our rig. Do not turn around to look. It's definitely that Scarface bastard's crew. Brace yourself. Pull over right now, you bastard. How many hostiles are out there? 3 of them are approaching, and there are still 2 more lurking inside the vehicle. Kill the headlights. Lock the doors immediately, and no matter what terrifying noise you hear out there, do not lift your head and do not make a single sound. God damn it, you actually had the absolute audacity to ambush my rig. You punks must have a literal death wish. Boss, the truck's headlights just went pitch black. I can't see a damn thing. They're definitely hiding inside the cab. Smash the windows open. I'm going to count to 3, and if you don't crawl out, we start breaking bones. 1, 2. Ah! Shit, gah! Big brother, this is all a massive misunderstanding. Who sent you bastards? No, it was Zhao Gong's ruthless creditors. That bald-headed mob boss over in Golmud? He slapped down 10 grand in cold hard cash and ordered our crew to hunt down and drag that woman back to him. He claimed her pathetic life could easily wipe out $200,000 of debt. Where the hell is Zhao Gang right now? He bailed. He fled a long time ago. Rumors say he crossed the border to Guangdong. Absolutely nobody possesses a single clue where he's hiding. Big brother, please have mercy on our lives. We were strictly just hired muscle executing orders for a quick payday. Please don't. Big brother, don't abandon us out here in this desolate, freezing wasteland. Get back inside the cab. The danger has been completely neutralized. Are those ruthless bastards going to mobilize another hunt for us? They are stranded without a vehicle, their weapons are gone, and their legs are completely shattered. They won't be tracking anyone. So, Zhao Gang actually fled to Guangdong. Let that pathetic coward rot wherever he pleases. It would be a blessing if he died cold and alone out there. Let's accelerate this run back to Chengdu. Dachuan, look over there. That river water is an absolutely stunning shade of emerald green. Roll your window up at least halfway right now. Why the fresh mountain air out here feels absolutely incredible. The gale force wind out there is relentless and it'll give you a brutal headache. I'm going to run over and restock on water and basic dry rations. And I'll top off the rig's water tank while I'm at it. Well. Looks like the gorgeous lady is all by herself, huh? What kind of high-value cargo is packed inside this massive rig? The suspension is completely slammed, so it looks incredibly heavy. Is it a premium shipment of high-end electronics? What could it possibly be that's valuable? It's literally just standard construction materials and worthless scrap metal bound for Chengdu. We are strictly grinding out here for basic survival wages. Scrap metal, she says? Scrap metal. Since when do people wrap cheap scrap metal so tightly under premium waterproof tarp? You aren't being very honest with us, gorgeous lady. The highway ahead is absolutely treacherous and riddled with danger. How about we big brothers act as your personal escort and lead the way? We guarantee your absolute safety. No need, thank you, we know the route perfectly well. Are you completely oblivious to the fact that the terrifying Pailong Pass just suffered a catastrophic landslide ahead? Hey girl, what kind of hidden treasures are you actually hauling on this truck? Having it wrapped up so incredibly tight makes it look like it's strictly too illegal to see the light of day. It is literally just cheap scrap metal. It's completely worthless. If it's so worthless, why don't you rip that tarp open and let us feast our eyes? If it turns out to be premium goods, we'll buy it off you at an astronomical price, saving you the brutal, exhausting trip of hauling it all the way to Chengdu. Dachuan, who the hell are you screaming for? Girl, let's negotiate a little business transaction right now. We need to borrow a little cash from you to cover our fuel expenses. Nothing crazy, just a flat $2,000. Hand over the cash and we'll ensure you have a completely peaceful journey. Who do you think you're... Get the hell out of my face. Fine. You've got balls, punk. Get back in the vehicle. In this lawless territory, the more breathtaking the scenery, the more lethal the hidden blades are. From this moment on, stop exchanging words with shady strangers entirely. If anyone demands to know what you're hauling, you tell them you're transporting a shipment of coffins. Have you locked that into your memory? Look behind us. Is it that exact same gang of thugs from the store? Yeah. These bastards are ruthless local tyrants. They are clearly plotting to ambush us on these narrow mountain cliffs. Brace yourself. These psychotic mad dogs are actively begging for death. Stop staring at the rearview mirror. Keep your eyes locked on the road ahead. Help me scan for obstacles on the pavement. Dead ahead, there is a massive object blocking the exact center of the lane. The threat has been completely neutralized. Dachuan, you clearly spotted that giant boulder well in advance, didn't you? Yeah, you totally weaponized it on purpose. That lethal trajectory was entirely their own choice. Out on this unforgiving highway, blind greed demands a catastrophic price. The terrifying Pailong Pass is looming dead ahead. That treacherous sector is where the absolute nightmare begins. Pailong Pass, that literal death trap. Even the name itself sounds incredibly ominous and cursed. Tighten your seatbelt as hard as humanly possible. This entire stretch has zero cellular signal and absolutely no emergency rescue. So if we plummet down the cliff, we won't even hear the echo of the crash. Do not dare step out of the cab, keep those doors securely locked. What the hell is going on? Why did the entire convoy stop moving? The notorious Tiger's Mouth Ridge up ahead just suffered a catastrophic landslide. A few minutes ago, a reckless Dongfeng truck tried to forcefully blast through. And now, half of its heavy wheels are completely dangling over the abyss. It's utterly trapped right there, completely locked in a dead end. Oh god, are the passengers okay? The driver managed to scramble out, but the massive rig is still precariously hanging over the edge. This atrocious weather is a nightmare. It just rained heavily, making the unstable roadbeds as soft and fragile as tofu. Who in their right mind would dare risk a rescue operation? I'm going to personally scout the situation. Hey brother, don't go out there just to throw your life away. What's the play? The road ahead is totally blocked, so we must clear the path. Stay locked inside the cab. No matter who comes knocking, do not open the door. Are you seriously venturing out there all by yourself? In a crisis like this, a massive crowd of useless bodies is completely worthless. It strictly requires elite calculation and surgical precision. That rig is my entire livelihood. My whole family is completely dependent on it. Wailing like a pathetic child isn't going to solve a single thing. If you ever want to haul freight again, shut your mouth right now. Go grab the heavy-duty hydraulic jack from your truck immediately, and then haul over a few perfectly flat solid boulders right now. You can actually salvage this disaster. Yes. We're going to find out who has a heavy towing cable or snatch block on their rig. We need to secure a solid leverage point. I've got one right here. Our truck is fully equipped with high tensile recovery steel blocks. Who has the absolute balls to help me pull this wire rope? I'll shell out $200 cash. Didn't I explicitly command you to remain safely inside the vehicle? I clearly saw that you desperately needed backup out here. Get into the driver's seat and follow my exact audio cues. My legs are shaking uncontrollably. I physically can't find the strength to depress the heavy clutch pedal. Absolutely useless. Then stand right there and watch. I'll take the wheel myself. Holy shit, it's actually pulling back up onto the pavement. Watch out. You literally scared me half to death. The danger has entirely passed. Let's get moving. Keep your damn money, the sun hasn't even set yet. Save that cash to patch up your shattered rig. Oh god. What the hell was that terrifying sound? Holy shit. Move. Headshot. Duck one. I'm completely fine. Brother, are you guys okay? We were driving right behind you and witnessed your rig get absolutely crushed. I honestly thought you two were completely done for. We're far from dead. Hurry up and help me haul some boulders to wedge behind the rear wheels. This roadbed is incredibly soft and the entire rig is still sliding down. What the hell are you all standing around for? Start hauling these rocks right now. Do you seriously want to watch this massive truck plummet into the abyss and completely block the entire pass? How bad is it? Is the rig completely totaled? The steering tie rod ball joint is violently snapped in half. The radiator is completely obliterated, and the cooling fan blades are entirely gone. Don't push yourself, I've got you. What the hell are you doing dragging your stubborn ass out of here? This specific zone is a literal death trap. We cannot remain here. Nightfall is fast approaching. And if we don't clear out right now, another catastrophic landslide will likely bury us alive tonight. If you hadn't stepped up and risked your neck just moments ago, both my body and my entire rig would currently be rotting at the bottom of the river. Those of us who survived the brutal Sichuan-Tibet highway live by a strict code. We always repay our debts and remember who stood by us. If you consider me, Liu Sun, worthy of your respect, then climb into that cab and take firm control of the brakes. Even if we have to rig a tow and crawl line by line, we are going to drag this machine straight into Bomi. Deal. Get inside the cab, I'll take the rear position and maintain absolute control over the steering direction. Brother Jiang, the outskirts of Bomi are looming dead ahead. There's a reliable mechanic shop right over there that I'm personally familiar with. Let's head over immediately and assess the damage. Alright, I appreciate the massive favor. Don't give me that garbage. You literally saved my damn life. Towing your broken rig a few miles is absolutely nothing in comparison. It's completely unfixable, totally unfixable. This ancient prehistoric Jifang 141 model is obsolete. The spare parts were discontinued ages ago. If you were rolling in a modern Steyr or a heavy Dongfeng, I would actually have the necessary inventory fully in stock. But for this ancient relic, the components have to be specially dispatched all the way from Chengdu. At absolute bare minimum, it will take a full week to arrive. A whole week. Boss, please, is there any possible way you can work some magic? Our entire shipment is on an incredibly tight deadline and must reach Chengdu urgently. Look, sister, it's absolutely not a matter of me refusing to lend a hand. Even the most skilled chef can't cook a feast out of thin air. That specific tie rod shoulders the entire structural load of the vehicle. If I just sloppily weld it back together, I'd be signing your literal death warrant. Brother, the shop owner is telling you the absolute truth. How about I help you transfer and offload the entire shipment onto my rig? I can haul it straight to Chengdu on your behalf, while you safely wait out here for your replacement parts to arrive. Boss, let me borrow your angle grinder and your arc welder for a minute, and I'll need to lease your workbench and vise as well. What the hell are you planning to do? That random piece of metal has absolutely zero compatibility with your vehicle model. Are you seriously trying to forge a custom replacement part from absolute scratch? Stop kidding yourself, the steering tie rod is the single component safeguarding your lives. Who in their right mind would dare hit the highway relying on a homemade weld? This should fully cover the electricity costs. I appreciate the hospitality. This crazy bastard is literally trying to perform a surgical mechanical bypass. Brother, the structural integrity of this makeshift weld is definitely not going to hold up. The entire stress load will concentrate directly on the seam if it violently snaps again. Do me a favor and clamp down on this end with the pipe wrench. Don't let it budge. Come on, Dachuan, fire up the torch, and that should officially do it. You just heated that metal red hot without properly quenching it to restore its structural temper. The steel is way too soft now and will instantly buckle on the road. Get out of the way. Holy shit, absolute genius. This is a flawless direct conduit modification. But the engine core water temperature won't be able to rise properly, right? Sigh. Running cold is infinitely better than running completely dry and blowing the block. As long as we avoid pushing through massive mountain inclines and overheating, we should manage to survive all the way to Chengdu. She's officially back from the dead, huge thanks to everyone here. Brother, I'm raising this teacup in place of liquor to toast your absolute genius. Out of everyone grinding on this treacherous Sichuan-Tibet highway, I strictly respect only two types of men. Those who are completely fearless and possess a literal death wish, and those who wield elite masterful technical skills. You undeniably embody both of those traits simultaneously. The notorious Nujiang River Bridge is looming directly ahead. That sector is a hypercritical choke point. Armed military police heavily guard the zone and strictly enforce one-way traffic. Your heavy rig has been modified into an absolute Mad Max beast, and the exterior looks entirely mangled and combat damaged. When you attempt to cross that bridge, stay incredibly sharp, so your rig doesn't get instantly impounded. Understood? Brother, you are truly a master of your craft. I am completely and utterly blown away. If your future logistics fleet ever crosses through Bumi again, and you find yourselves facing severe disasters or minor crises, pull in here, and I will absolutely do whatever it takes to back you up. Don't move. Brother, son, I cannot thank you enough for everything if it weren't for your timely rescue. We would have been in a hell of a lot of catastrophic trouble this time. Do not talk like that. If you hadn't risked your neck first, both my heavy truck and my entire livelihood would be at the bottom of the ravine. What is your next course of action on this route? Are you going to hit the open highway alongside us tomorrow morning? It would definitely be great to have some solid backup on the road. My specific cargo shipment is on an insanely tight schedule. I signed a strict time-sensitive contract with the cargo owner, and if I'm even slightly overdue, they'll ruthlessly slash my payout. Since we've already wasted so much precious time tracking this breakdown, I won't be able to cruise along at your pace. I need to hit the open asphalt immediately. Once we safely touch down in Chengdu, the next round is entirely on me, alright? Make sure you keep your guard up out there on the highway. Is the makeshift steering alignment holding up enough to roll? It's good to go. Mount up. Let's take a quick breather and inspect the tread on these heavy tires. Dachuan. Yeah, this location is absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. Before all of this, I honestly thought life was just about mindlessly wasting time and waiting to die. But standing here right now, being able to witness a view like this feels incredible. Breathtaking vistas like this are scattered all over this route. You'll have plenty of opportunities to experience them in the future. Yo, Zhang Dachuan right. I have to admit, your hand-to-hand combat skills are pretty damn impressive. Those absolute deadbeat subordinates of mine got completely and utterly dismantled by you. Several of them are fully crippled. And that bald bastard is still currently rotting in a hospital bed, sipping liquid through a straw. They actively begged for their own graves. Huh, you've got some serious balls, punk. People call me Brother Dao. Zhao Gong defaults on a $200,000 debt, and then you hijack both the rig and his woman. That entire outstanding balance is officially transferred directly onto your head. I am fully aware that you are currently stationed out by Ranwu Lake, and I know your exact destination down to the coordinate. The vast Bangda grasslands are sprawling right in front of you, and just beyond that lies the treacherous Nujiang River Canyon. Those infamous 72 switchback turns are an absolute nightmare to navigate, especially when you're hurtling down those steep declines. What the hell do you actually want? What do I want? I've already strategically stationed a heavy squad of my boys on the mountain, pass ahead to intercept your rig. That initial 200,000 factoring in our high-risk compound interest, has officially skyrocketed to 300,000. Option A, cough up the cold hard cash. Option B, you leave that fine woman behind as collateral. Zhao Gong formally signed her over to me as structural debt security. If you refuse to surrender the cash and you refuse to surrender the girl, then you'll be leaving your literal corpses behind on the asphalt. The ravenous fish swimming down in the Nujiang Rapids have been starving for a very long time. Do I honestly look like a man who's casually sitting on $300,000? If you're flat broke, the premium commercial freight packed on your trailer looks like a decent payout. And that gorgeous babe of yours looks incredibly soft and delicious. My boys have been grinding and sweating across state lines to track you down. Using her body to blow off some steam sounds like the perfect bonus. Jiang Dachuan. You talk a big game and think you're a tough guy. But at the end of the day, you're strictly deep solo out here. Just a pathetic lowly truck driver. My crew waiting for you up ahead are packing serious heat fully armed with guns. Go ahead and try me, you piece of shit. Dachuan, who the hell was that on the phone? The Ruthless Loan Shark Syndicate from Golmud. That bald thug's supreme boss, they call him Brother Dao. He's already strategically deployed an ambush squad directly in our path. What exactly are they demanding? Is it cash or are they coming for me? Dachuan, I swear to God, I am not stepping foot out of this truck. Even if it costs me my life, I will never surrender. Brace yourself and hold on tight. As long as this heavy rig is still rolling, and as long as I'm still breathing, absolutely nobody touches a single hair on your head. What's wrong? There are headlights creeping up right behind us. Is it Brother Dao's execution squad? It's an 80% guarantee. What the hell do we do now? Do not panic. This crew operates like highly trained professionals. They aren't in an absolute rush to strike blindly. They're biding their time calculating the perfect tactical window. Pull over and kill the engine right here. Let's see if those bastards drop their speed and mirror our stop. How is your hand holding up? It's fine. It's completely numb from the freezing wind, so the agony has faded. Get back inside the cab. Why aren't they launching their assault right now? The surrounding terrain right here is entirely flat and wide open. If they try to corner me in a zone like this, and I go full psycho weaponizing this truck to ram them, they'll get absolutely obliterated. This vintage Jifang rig scales in at massive empty curb weight. And packed to the brim with this heavy freight, it's a literal unstoppable steel behemoth. If their flimsy pickup trucks dare to forcefully block our path, they are actively committing suicide. Then, what the hell are they waiting for? The notorious Mount Yella is looming directly ahead. Once we clear the highest summit pass, we hit the treacherous Nujiang River descent. The infamous 72 switchbacks stretch across 12 brutal kilometers, plunging down a vertical drop of over 1,000 meters. The entire cliffside route is a chaotic labyrinth of hairpin turns and steep declines. It is a literal graveyard for heavy-duty commercial rigs. By the time a truck hits those lower sectors, the brakes experience extreme thermal fade, and the hydraulic steering turns as heavy as wet cement. All it takes is for them to aggressively clip my front fender on a sharp turn, or deliberately blow out one of my front tires, and we will instantly careen over the edge and plummet into the abyss. Oh God. Then what is our counterplay? How do we survive this? Are we pulling over hell no we can't stop? Our only option left is to put our lives on the line and play chicken with these bastards. Lock yourself into that seat no matter what kind of chaos erupts, do not scream. What the hell is this insane setup? Did you double check everything? Yeah? During this upcoming stretch of asphalt, no matter what apocalyptic scenario unfolds, you absolutely under any circumstances must not unbuckle that seatbelt. If your stomach churns and you need to throw up vomit right into your lap, if the rig flips, curl tightly into a ball and safeguard your skull with your arms. This cash right here is our literal lifeblood. If this massive truck rolls over and I end up dead, you ensure this money stays safe and goes directly to funding our mother's medical treatment. If you psychopaths seriously want to gamble with your lives, let's find out whose skull is harder. Hold on for dear life. Dachuan, that predatory vehicle is aggressively pulling up alongside us. Brace for impact. Holy shit. It's thick black paint all over the windshield. Stop screaming. Keep your composure. Move blast through them. Sue may lock your eyes on the road ahead and be my literal eyes. Tell me the coordinates, okay? Okay. We've successfully cleared that blind corner. Dead ahead, he slammed on his brakes to block the lane. If you are actively begging for an early grave, I will gladly deliver you to hell myself. Grip that grab handle as hard as you can. Get the hell out of my way, you trash. Did we make it past them? We're through. His wrecked truck isn't moving an inch. Dachuan, oh God, your hand is bleeding. Keep a firm grip on the dashboard. This nightmare is far from over. Check the brake cooling water. Glance at the spray switch immediately. It's wide open. It's been running continuously this entire time. Son of a bitch. That violent collision we just took completely fractured the undercarriage water lines and drained the reservoir dry. Then how the hell are we supposed to slow down? We can't stop. Our only option is to forcefully ride this beast out blindly. We either somehow coast this rig safely to the bottom of the canyon, or we suffer a catastrophic crash and perish right here. There's still one more vehicle trailing us. These relentless bastards are hovering like literal vultures. Dachuan, the air pressure gauge is plummeting into the red zone. The mechanical brakes are completely dead. I see it, do not lose your mind. He's aggressively pinning his truck right against our flank. On the left, ignore those suicidal punks completely. Focus entirely on navigating the asphalt. Dead ahead, a massive sharp hairpin turn to the left is looming. Hold on tight as I force this rig to swing in. We survive the corner, look straight ahead. There's an emergency runaway truck ramp right in front of us. We are not pulling into that ramp, but our mechanical brakes are completely gone. I said we are not pulling in, and that is final. If we hit that gravel bed, this entire high-value cargo gets totally obliterated. Besides, do you honestly think those psychopathic thugs will just let us walk away? Dead ahead is that lunatic's pickup truck. He violently overtook us and cut right in front of our bumper. If you suicidal bastards think you can block my path, then we are all going to hell together. Watch out. Oh my god. Grip the dashboard now. Holy shit. Brace for impact. Dachuan. Are we actually alive? Did we survive? This nightmare is far from over. The Nujiang River Bridge is looming dead ahead. And it is strictly a narrow single-lane bottleneck. More importantly, it's heavily fortified and guarded by the armed military police. If we fail to stop this mechanical beast and violently run their blockade, we will be completely and utterly obliterated by lethal force. Dachuan, those are heavily armed active duty soldiers. They are packing high-caliber military rifles. Shut your mouth, protect your skull, and get the hell down. Halt the vehicle, imminently halt the vehicle. Failure to comply will result in imminent lethal fire. Dachuan, they are actively preparing to open fire on us. Hold down the horn and blast it. Exit the cab immediately and place your hands behind your head. Do it fast, stay exactly where you are, and do not move. Our mechanical brakes suffered a catastrophic thermal failure. We are absolutely not attempting to violently breach your military checkpoint. Cut the garbage, turn around slowly right now. Place both of your hands flat onto the hood of the vehicle. Squad leader, the suspect is completely unarmed. Surrender every single piece of your identification documents immediately. It's stored inside my left jacket pocket. Reach in and pull it out yourself. Salute, good afternoon, squad leader. I've already processed my military discharge, so cut out this grand formal ceremony. Understood, sir. Our entire braking assembly is completely fried and structurally melted. I desperately need you boys to haul over some emergency water lines to rapidly douse and cool down these glowing wheel hubs. Otherwise, this whole rig is going to erupt into a catastrophic fire. Xiaowang, deploy the water hoses immediately. Move. Squad leader, that wrecked vehicle trailing us belongs to a ruthless highway cartel. They hunted us down across the mountain passes, violently smashing our rig the entire way, and almost forced us off the sheer cliffs into the abyss. We had absolutely no choice but to fiercely retaliate, which is why our truck is completely mangled like this. Second platoon, lock down that approaching vehicle immediately if they attempt to flee open fire. Move fast. Zhang Dachun brother Dao is waiting for you just up ahead. You are completely cornered. There is absolutely no escape for you. Once you cross that Nujiang River, you are heading straight into a literal dead end. Dachuan, drink some of this hot tea to warm up. How is the undercarriage looking? Is it even salvageable? It's going to be incredibly tough. The rubber seals inside the brake wheel cylinders are completely melted from the extreme heat, meaning the system physically cannot retain any air pressure at all. 3 of the critical bolts on the drive shaft have violently shaken loose, and the impact from that collision cracked a massive gash into the radiator block, so the coolant is continuously draining out. There are absolutely no mechanic shops anywhere near this desolate sector. The absolute closest town is Zhogang County, and that's over 100 kilometers of brutal mountain roads away. How about I help you flag down one of our passing military transport convoys? Let's see if they can tow your rig over the pass. There is no point even if we tow it there, it's just a hunk of useless scrap metal without the proper replacement parts. Then what exactly are you looking for? Let me borrow that discarded rubber inner tube over there. What the hell are you planning to craft with that? I'm going to custom fabricate my own piston seals. Back when I was serving in the logistics regiment, whenever our supply lines dried up and parts weren't available, this is exactly how we kept our fleet rolling. Hand me that bar of soap from your bag right now. Are you seriously sure this insane method will actually work? It's a crude old school MacGyver trick, but it should hold up for a short sprint. Holy shit, this actually works, but those are your literal life-saving brakes. This level of mechanical craftsmanship is absolutely mind-blowing. Modern mechanics these days only know how to swap out prefabricated parts. Not a single one of them actually knows how to manually restore a broken component. Old squad leader, you are truly unleashing the ultimate top-secret signature techniques of the elite military transport corps right now. Climb into the cab, crank the ignition, and pump the brake pedal. The system is fully pressurizing. We have air. Hey, I appreciate the massive assist, brother. Old squad leader, are you seriously hitting the road again already? The asphalt conditions up ahead are completely atrocious, and those ruthless thugs, no matter how suicidal the road gets, I have to keep pushing forward. The client is anxiously waiting for this cargo. Zhang Dachuan, I have to admit you have some insanely stubborn plot armor. To think you actually managed to survive a high-stakes military bottleneck like the Nujiang Bridge. It seems I completely underestimated your capabilities. However, the grueling highway leading all the way to Chengdu is still incredibly long, from Mangkang and Batang to Litang up ahead. Even when you finally step foot into Chengdu, my syndicates are everywhere. That premium cargo is officially mine, and that gorgeous woman of yours is coming with me too. If you actually know what's good for you, drive that rig straight to Mangkang. Specifically to the abandoned cement factory located on the west side of the county seat. And I might actually let you walk away alive. You call yourself Brother Dao, right? You might be the supreme law enforcement down in Golmud. But out here on National Highway 318, you don't mean a damn thing. Mount up. How is the mechanical configuration holding up? We can barely manage to scrape by for now. The makeshift rubber piston seals are leaking pressure again, and that massive crack on the radiator block has fractured open even wider. Our bar of soap solution isn't going to hold back the flood for long. Then what is our emergency countermove? The outskirts of Zhogang are expanding directly ahead of us. The absolute moment we reach the county center, we can perform proper repairs. Let's just pray this steel behemoth can endure until we touch down. Hey boss, we need an urgent mechanical overhaul on this rig. Man, this vintage machine has definitely seen some serious mileage. Where exactly is the structural failure? The front windshield is completely shattered and needs a full swap. The brake cylinder seals are thoroughly corroded and require total replacement. And we need the entire radiator dismantled to perform an emergency oxyacetylene weld. I actually have a compatible windshield salvage light from a donor vehicle. And I've got the precise rubber gaskets in stock too. As for sealing that leaky radiator that's 50, I'll call it a flat 800 for the entire job. We'll give you 600. Come on, boss. Sister, look around. We are literally operating on a high-altitude plateau where freight costs are astronomical. 600 wouldn't even begin to cover my baseline material expenses. Go ahead and get some sleep. Stop pushing your body to the absolute limit. I absolutely need to keep a vigilant eye on him while he overhauls this machine. I'll monitor the work. Besides, the cold hard cash is locked safely with me. If he completely botches the repair, he doesn't get a single dime. Alright, fair enough. Hey, hammer that component gently. If you strip those critical threads, you are fully reimbursing us. Sister, from where I'm standing, your engine oil looks like it desperately needs a fresh flush too. I happen to have some premium top-shelf mobile oil sitting right here. I'll hook you up with a massive discount, just $200 a barrel. Boss, do you seriously take me for a clueless amateur who doesn't know the trade? This fluid has a completely pitch black tint, and it's emitting a distinctly sour, highly acidic stench. This is clearly recycled, heavily filtered garbage wastewater oil, isn't it? Ha ha ha, my bad, I grabbed the wrong inventory barrel. Total mistake. The mechanical reconstruction is officially complete. Let's go grab a bowl of noodles. Are we booking a room and staying the night here? Absolutely not. We need to aggressively push through the darkness. We are still nearly 1,000 kilometers away from our final destination in Chengdu. We literally cannot afford a single second of delay. Furthermore, there's no telling where Brother Dao's execution squad is currently lying in ambush. Waiting! What standard of mountain is this exactly? This is the notorious Mount Jueting, scaling at a moderate 3,900 meters above sea level. But this specific peak is the absolute most lethal sector on the route. Why is that? Because its vertical incline is insanely steep. The relative altitude variance here drops a staggering 2,000 meters, and the entire trajectory consists of cliff-hanging roads carved straight into the abyss. The lane is exceptionally narrow, and there are absolutely zero guardrails. Dachuan, do not dare glance down into the ravine. Hug the heavy rig as close to the inner side as possible, scraping right against the solid rock face. Dachuan, what the hell are you doing? We're executing a high-stakes bypass to clear oncoming traffic. Stop right there. There. Creep forward slowly. You're clear. Absolutely phenomenal driving. What on earth is that up ahead? Brace your body and hold on tight. The literal gates of hell have only just swung wide open. Are you terrified? Yes, absolutely. Being terrified is the only correct response. Out here on the blacktop, those who drown are always the ones who thought they could swim. And those who plummet to their deaths are always the overly confident, fearless drivers. The sharp hairpin turn looming directly ahead is infamously dubbed Yama's Curve. Why would they give it such an ominous, terrifying name? Because without fail, every single year, vehicles lose traction and careen over that edge. By the time your front bumper swings around the corner, your rear axles are still dangling over the incline. If we were hauling an unladen empty trailer, it wouldn't be an issue. But with a maximum capacity, heavy payload, a single split-second steering miscalculation will cause the front end to violently lift off the asphalt or trigger a catastrophic rollover. Lock yourself into that seat. Did we successfully clear the curve? Yeah. Dachuan, how is it that I feel like we're literally cruising through the clouds right now? That's because we are officially inside the cloud layer. The current altitude has breached the 4,000 meter mark. Let's begin our descent down the mountain pass. Dachuan, do you honestly believe that bastard Brother Dao will strike again? Without a doubt. Creatures of his caliber are literal wolves. Once they sink their teeth into prime meat, they never release their grip. Then, how are we supposed to defend ourselves? We face whatever onslaught they throw at us head on. Those flickering headlights dominating the horizon ahead, is that the Juka Grand Bridge? What's happening? Do not make a single sound. Dachuan, I've completely lost visual confirmation. Do not move the wheel. Those are live rounds. That's gunfire. Get the hell down. Haha, look at them squirm. Hehe, Jiang Dachuan. Pull this heavy rig over right fucking now. Go straight to hell. You complete lunatic, you are a literal psycho. Brace your body and hold on tight. Dachuan, oh god, you're bleeding heavily. Ignore my wounds, keep your eyes locked on the right side view mirror. They're aggressively closing the gap and catching up. Their accelerating velocity is insane. Lock yourself into that seat. Those bastards are actively aiming to blow out our tires. Son of a bitch. If you cowards want to gamble with your lives, understand that once we enter these mountains, you're in my domain. Dachuan, that predatory vehicle on the left is trying to violently overtake us again. They are deliberately ramming their chassis into ours. I have visual contact, do not panic. Jiang Dachuan, how much further do you honestly think this absolute piece of scrap metal can roll? Your radiator is completely boiling over, isn't it? And your heavy tires are right on the verge of erupting into flames. If you're a real man, slam on the brakes and pull over right now. Leave that gorgeous babe behind as collateral, so my boys can have some absolute fun with her. And I might actually consider letting you walk away alive. Otherwise, the exact moment we hunt you down and tear you out of that cab, I'm going to flay your skin alive and burn you like a literal torch. Dachuan, do not listen to a single word of his toxic garbage. Rest assured, I've got this. Brace yourself. Fuck, this worthless coward is using cheap underhanded tactics. Slam the brakes and kill the engine. Where the hell did they go? Did they violently careen off the edge into the abyss? With a massive cloud of smoke that blinding, could they have breached the shoulder and plummeted? Ah, we're finished. We're completely doomed. Somebody save me. Help me! Ah! Holy Mother of God. Dachuan, there is still one final obstacle. Ram him, flatten his entire vehicle, ram him down. Get down. Dachuan, I'm perfectly fine. It's just a superficial flesh wound. Hold on for dear life. The notorious Changxia descent is looming right ahead. The ultimate moment to put our literal lives on the line has officially arrived. Jiang Dachuan, just endure the agony a little bit longer. Think fast. Dachuan, there is a massive fortified roadblock directly ahead of us. What the hell is going on here? This massive truck has lost its brakes completely. Lock yourself inside the cab and do not dare step outside. Jiang Dachuan, I am going to personally end your pathetic life. Your insane streak of pure luck has officially run out. Ah, please spare my life. Have mercy, brother Dao, spare me. Mercy, brother Chuan, please have mercy on me. I explicitly told you before, out here on this highway, you don't mean a damn thing. Please don't slaughter me. I'll transfer all the funds to you. I'll give you every single dime. Behold, this is the exact IOS that Zhao Gong personally signed for you. Dachuan, we actually survived this hell, didn't we? Yeah. We made it out alive. Dachuan, your hand is still hemorrhaging blood heavily. It's perfectly fine. It's just a superficial flesh wound. Dachuan, snap out of it. Wake up. Do not lose consciousness here. The extreme drop in temperature will literally freeze you to death. Get up. I am begging you on my knees. Please stand up. Do not leave me abandoned out here all by myself. The cargo. Do not touch a single piece of my premium cargo. What kind of absolute crisis are we in right now? And you're still obsessing over that worthless shipment. Shedding tears at a critical juncture like this won't solve anything. Dachuan, you have to grit your teeth and endure the agony. Stop moving, Dachuan. Keep completely still. Do not move. If we don't suture this open laceration immediately, the hemorrhaging won't cease and you're going to perish. The intense bleeding has finally been contained. We absolutely cannot allow his body to experience any more physical trauma. It's so freezing cold. Freezing. The frostbite is fading away. The shivering is stopping, Dachuan. The warmth is returning. You're finally awake. Please don't move. The blizzard outside is brutal. Does your open laceration hurt intensely? No, the pain has subsided. It's officially a time to get this rig back on the road. Dachuan, you were completely delirious and talking in your sleep all night long. What kind of nonsense was I rambling about? You kept repeating the cargo. Nobody touches a single piece of my premium cargo. Because that shipment represents my mother's critical surgery funds? I know, I understand. How is the mechanical diagnostic looking? We absolutely must perform a full component replacement. Just 40 kilometers dead ahead lies the Monkang County Center. We should be able to salvage compatible donor parts from a scrapyard there. This heavy rig can still manage to limp forward. We'll barely manage to limp it along. We can stop and start as needed just as long as we don't completely seize the engine bearings. Oh wow, look at that. Hey there. Gorgeous, looks like your heavy rig suffered a major mechanical breakdown. We are literally stranded out in the middle of absolute nowhere with zero civilization in sight. So how about I hook you up and give you a cozy ride along the way? The sleeper cabin inside my semi-truck is exceptionally spacious, and the heating system is running perfectly warm. Hey, look, man, I was just making a casual offer. If you're not interested, then just forget about it. Get into the cab. We finally arrived. Hey, boss, we need an urgent mechanical overhaul on this rig. The radiator block is severely leaking fluid, so swap it out with a functional second-hand unit. A classic Gfong 141 radiator block, huh? A vintage component like this is practically impossible to track down nowadays. That specific automotive model line has been out of production for absolute ages. 3,000 bucks, are you high? Why don't you just highway rob us at gunpoint instead? A brand new factory radiator back in the lowlands only cost a few $100, sister. We are currently operating on an isolated plateau. Do you honestly think long-distance freight costs are free? Besides, take a good look around this desolate sector, aside from my automotive shop. Is there a single other mechanic willing to service this piece of junk? If you think my prices are too steep, go ahead and manually push this heavy rig all the way to Chengdu. To think it's degraded to such a pathetic state, fine. 3,000 bucks it is. Go fetch that radiator block right now. Hey kid, get moving. Head straight to the back storage vault and haul out that old copper radiator block. This is a completely salvaged, poorly refurbished component. The internal cooling lines have been sloppily welded over at least 3 separate times, and more than half of the core passages inside are totally choked up and clogged solid. There is a visible hairline fracture splitting the main water inlet, which you tried to poorly mask by patching it over with cheap adhesive glue. This worthless piece of garbage was clearly harvested from a scrapped donor vehicle, and if you sold it as raw scrap metal, it wouldn't even fetch $100. You don't know a damn thing about mechanics. If I declare that this unit is in pristine near perfect condition, then it is. You are standing right inside my territory now. Whether you like it or not, you are paying me to install it. Hand over all of your cold hard cash right now. Listen to me carefully, boss. I'm taking this exact radiator block off your hands. Furthermore, I'm renting your garage space and mechanical tools to execute the installation myself. $100. Are you seriously trying to hand me pathetic chump change like a beggar? You better read the room right now, punk, and don't push me to unleash my fury. Dachuan, watch out, step back. I gave you a peaceful option and you completely spat on it, beat them into a bloody pulp. You arrogant little brat, I am going to permanently cripple you. So, how about it now, boss? Are you still planning to pull a cheap scam on me? I'm giving you 300 flat to purchase that defective radiator block, along with the temporary use of your shop space and tools so I can install it myself. Do we have a deal? Or not? Yes, we have a deal. Do whatever you want. Deal, boss, big brother. You go right ahead, do whatever you need. Go grab the industrial sealant immediately. And you fetch the socket wrench set right now. It's nothing, just a minor scrape. You are always being so incredibly reckless. Climb into the cab, let's move. You go ahead and wash up first. No, you. Your body is completely covered in open wounds. You shouldn't submerge them in water. Let me assist you. Don't move. Let me handle this. Does it still throb with pain? Not at all. You absolute liar. Last night, you were in so much agony. You were talking completely out of your mind. Do you even remember? Cow, I have zero recollection of it. You said, Mom, don't worry. We finally have enough funds for the operation. And you even blurted out, Sume, please don't cry. Even while trapped in a deep coma, you were still trying to comfort others, Jiang Dachuan. Are you honestly this fiercely protective of everyone in your life? You're overthinking it. You're the only one. The water is still perfectly hot. Your body is covered in lacerations, so do not take a heavy shower. I've prepped the basin, just sit back and take a soothing soak. There's no need, a quick rinse will do just fine. Cut the nonsense, your entire skin is caked in thick engine oil and dried blood. If we don't sanitize this properly, what are you going to do when the wounds become severely infected? I can manage this by myself. How are you supposed to scrub down with only one functional hand? Stop trying to act tough. Slowly slide yourself in and be exceptionally careful with that arm. Just how many severe injuries have you sustained throughout this brutal journey? I've completely lost track by now. What about this massive one right here? How did you get it? Back during an intense anti-drug operation on the national border. Have you ever taken a human life before? Those were active combat missions. It's entirely different. Jiang Dachuan, once we finally touch down in Chengdu, your mother becomes my mother too. Don't you dare think about shouldering this immense burden all on your own. What exactly are you even playing at here? I'm betting on the fact that you're a complete stubborn fool. I'm betting on the fact that you completely disregard your own life. And most of all, I'm betting on the fact that you didn't abandon me to the wolves. Sume, what is it? The absolute moment we arrive in Chengdu, you are never leaving my side. Whatever you say goes. You call the shots. In that case, hurry up and finish washing. The water is about to turn freezing cold. Now get out of the room first. I can manage to put on my own clothes. Jiang Dachuan, yeah. When you said you're the only one earlier, were you actually being serious? Get out and lock the door behind you. Ha ha ha. You take that specific bed over there. Dachuan, have you drifted off to sleep yet? Mister, not at all. I can't seem to clear my mind and fall asleep either. The very second we touch down in Chengdu, we'll head over to visit your mother together. Good night. Night. Ah, Are we seriously forcing ourselves to eat at this greasy joint? If you refuse to eat here, you can just starve. Bring us 2 piping hot bowls of haggis soup and 4 plain steamed buns, thanks. Hey, have you guys caught wind of the latest rumors yet? A couple of days ago, a massive historic event unfolded right on Mount Dongda. What kind of chaos happened? Did another catastrophic landslide trigger? Landslide my ass, it was a full-blown ultra-violent turf war. You guys all know that notorious thug brother Dao from Golmud, right? That bastard was the undisputed absolute tyrant ruling the entire Qinghai Tibet highway. Well, he completely bit dust this time. He's utterly and thoroughly ruined. Word on the street is that he set up a brutal bottleneck on Mount Dongda to intercept a heavy rig. And guess how that turned out? He was violently rammed chassis crew and all straight off the edge of a sheer cliff. We're talking about 2 high-end off-road SUVs here. One was sent plummeting straight down into the abyssal ravine, and the other was crushed into a completely unrecognizable hunk of mangled steel. Are you for real, or is that just pure fiction? Who the hell could possibly possess that level of savage firepower? According to the long-haul truckers who passed through the sector later, the vehicle responsible was a vintage battle-scarred blue Jifeng 141. And that trucker is a certified lone wolf, operating completely on his own. That man is an absolute cold-blooded savage. The sheer volume of spilled blood literally painted the entire highway crimson. He's got to be a highly trained elite special forces veteran, right? Exactly, that's the consensus among everyone on the road. The legend has already spread like wildfire across the entire highway system. Everyone is claiming he's an elite Black Ops veteran, who was strictly maneuvering to harvest lives and stack bodies. From this moment on, whenever we cross paths with anyone operating a vintage Jifeng rig, we better steer clear and give them a massive wide berth. This absolute legend of a brother is a certified badass. Oh, brother, is that absolute monster of a rig parked outside yours? Surviving this brutal highway must have been an agonizing ordeal. We did whatever was necessary, just to stay alive. What are you staring at? Do I have something on my face? Nothing at all, I just realized that being by your side feels absolutely incredible. Jubalong is looming directly ahead of us. Once we cross the Jinsha River Grand Bridge, we'll officially breach the Sichuan border. Mr. Dachuan, we actually managed to escape the perils of Tibet, didn't we? Yeah, we finally broke free. Brace yourself, because the very second we clear this bridge, we can officially declare that we've conquered the literal gates of hell. Hey, that is definitely my line to say. Does it honestly matter who says it? We made it. Mom, we're finally coming home. Just hold on a bit longer, in 2 more days you'll be able to see her. Are you feeling insanely anxious right now? Anxious about what exactly? Meeting the parents, of course. Zhang Dachuan, your ears are turning completely bright red. The wind out here is just way too brutal, that's all. Haha. Back when it was minus 20 degrees, your ears didn't even flush a single bit. Now that it's a pleasant 20 degrees, you're blaming the wind, ha ha ha. I truly believe that after ditching Brother Dao's lethal syndicate. Breaching the Sichuan territory would finally allow us to breathe a sigh of relief. Who could have predicted that the local hazards here wouldn't rely on firearms, yet would turn out to be exponentially more torturous? What's the issue now? We've only cruised 50 kilometers past the boundary marker. And this is already the 4th consecutive time we've been aggressively intercepted. Road construction crews, nomadic herders, and even random village loiterers. They'll cook up any pathetic excuse imaginable tossed down. A couple of massive boulders completely bottleneck the entire highway. And the absolute moment they open their mouths, they demand cash. From transit tolls to vehicle depreciation fees, their extortion schemes are endlessly creative. If you pay too little, they trap you. If you pay too much, your wallet bleeds. Look, it's jammed up ahead again. This specific crowd looks like absolute trouble. Don't do anything reckless, Dachuan. We are firmly inside Sichuan territory now. Even a powerful dragon cannot easily crush a localized viper. Your body is already covered in severe injuries. And this vintage rig cannot withstand another violent confrontation. If another brutal brawl ignites, and they completely total our truck, are we seriously going to hike on foot all the way to Chengdu? You make a very valid point. Before we risk our lives strictly to survive, right now, we must swallow our pride if we want to deliver this premium cargo intact. At the end of the day, all they want is cold, hard cash, right? We'll just give it to them. You stay right here in the cab. Let me handle the negotiating. That's a literal mob of aggressive men out there. Men are actually much easier to negotiate with. If it were a group of women, it would honestly be far more complicated. Just stay seated inside the truck. No matter what chaos unfolds, unless I explicitly call for you, do not dare step outside. Oh wow, look at that. There's a rare hidden gem hiding inside this trashy rig. Haha, wow, gentlemen, thank you all so much for your absolute hard work. In this brutal freezing weather, you're all out here maintaining the highway. Truly performing a massive blessing for us poor struggling long-haul truckers. Cut the flattering garbage, this entire stretch of road was paved by our village. And since heavy rigs like yours total the asphalt, you must pay a mandatory maintenance fee. Seeing as you're operating an out-of-town vehicle, cough up $500 flat and we'll grant you passage. Big brother, look, I completely understand where you're coming from. Paying our fair share is absolutely reasonable. But with a $500 toll, this specific haul will turn into a devastating financial loss for us. Big brother, you clearly know how brutal the market rates are right now. Just look at our vehicle, the front bumper is completely obliterated, and the entire windshield is shattered into a web of hairline fractures. We crossed paths with a catastrophic landslide back on the Tibetan Plateau, and we were a split second away from being buried alive inside an abyssal ravine. My husband fractured his arm trying to shield our precious cargo, and he's currently trapped inside the cab groaning in sheer agony. If we're forced to bleed another $500 on this run, we will literally be reduced to starving on the streets. Big brother, every single one of us out here is just trying to survive and put food on the table. Please show some mercy, grant us a break, and allow us to pass through. Look, she already handed over a premium pack of cigarettes. Demanding cash on top of that seems a bit overly hostile, doesn't it? Tobacco is tobacco and hard cash is hard cash. Our established protocols cannot be broken under any circumstances. If you're dead broke, then leave that heavy spare tire behind as collateral. Oh my goodness, what an absolutely precious little child. Here, ma'am, give this piece of candy to your little baby. It's incredibly sweet. Look at how thin the child's garments are. The weather out here is exceptionally brutal, so make sure they don't catch a severe chill. Hey dear, how about we just let this one slide? This sister is clearly dealing with an immense struggle and she gifted you an entire carton of cigarettes. That's easily enough to fuel your smoking habit for a full half month. What the hell is going on here? Oh my god, honey, what on earth are you doing? This gentleman was right in the middle of a peaceful discussion with us. Don't rev that loud engine so aggressively, you're completely terrifying the poor child. Alright, fine, forget about it. Purely out of respect for this full carton of smokes and the candy given to the kid. I will let you pass without paying a single dime this time. But the next time you cruise through this sector, you absolutely must pay up. Ergu, get those heavy logs out of the way right now. Thank you so much, big brother. Good things come to good people, big brother. I hope you make an absolute fortune out here. You honestly carried yourself like a true boss lady just now. Of course I did. You'd better remember exactly whose woman I am. Let's roll. We finally arrived. Hey boss, we need a single room and it absolutely must have hot running water. Second floor, the third door on your left-hand side. The heating stove is completely stoked, so keep the windows tightly shut against the brutal night chill. The window frames are completely sealed, so zero freezing draft will leak inside tonight. Dachuan, you seriously need to come take a look at this map. Lidung's geographical positioning is absolutely legendary. Heading directly west takes you straight toward Lhasa. Yong going south points right to Yading in Daocheng. Cruising north through Garzi Grant's direct entry into Qinghai. And looking east leads directly to our destinations Shindukiao and Kangding. Right now, all these rookie truckers only know how to blindly rush along the highway. Not a single soul has realized the genius of building a massive logistics transit hub right here. If we manage to establish our own powerful shipping fleet in the future, we can divert and streamline all our freight distribution right here, sending massive cargo down the southern route, and routing urgent priority shipments straight through the northern pass. An operational strategy like that would easily slash our transit times and fuel expenses in half. That is an exceptionally brilliant blueprint. Naturally, you'd better recognize exactly who mentored me in this industry. My head is absolutely throbbing right now. The pressure in my temples is pounding violently. You're suffering from acute altitude sickness, chug some water and crash early tonight. Dachuan, my skull feels like it's literally about to detonate. I've heard that targeted acupressure can massively alleviate the symptoms. You have immense grip strength, so give me a solid temple massage please. My training is strictly limited to fracturing bones. I have zero clue how to perform a therapeutic massage. I'm not asking you to dislocate my skeleton, just apply some pressure to my head, I'm begging you. It seriously hurts so bad? Right there. Dachuan, go to sleep. Tomorrow we have to conquer Jeduo Mountain. That peak is a literal death trap. If your situational awareness drops due to fatigue, you will die, you absolute coward. It's completely gridlocked again. How many grueling hours are we going to be trapped in this bottleneck? The heavy snowfall has turned the asphalt into a total ice rink. Every single driver is manually installing their heavy anti-skid tire chains. Lock yourself inside the cab and do not dare step outside. Damn, brother, you managed to lock those heavy chains down in a mere 5 minutes flat. Mister, my companion has decades of elite professional experience. What on earth is the holdup over there? Some brainless idiot jackknifed his rig up ahead and completely gridlocked the entire highway. Kill the ignition and get the hell out of the driver's seat. Do you even know how to operate a rig like this? This is a top-of-the-line Volvo. It's completely computer-controlled. Get lost. Holy hell, master. That was absolutely legendary. That flawless driving skill must have taken at least 20 years of hard grit to master. Brother, please accept these premium cigarettes, smoke mine. Master, thank you so much. Seriously, thank you a million times over. Please take this cash as a small token for your trouble. Keep your money. Just hand over the cigarettes. Hold on to these. Why are you giving them to me? You'll definitely need them for networking when you expand our logistics empire later. Climb into the cab, it's time to conquer this mountain peak. Dachuan, we actually survived and made it out alive. Yeah, we finally broke through. We're absolutely not staying at those sketchy rundown truck stops tonight. No way. We survived this brutal hellhole against all odds. So we deserve to treat ourselves like actual human beings for once. Are you checking in? Just so you know, our absolute cheapest standard room starts at $280. And we require a mandatory security deposit upfront. Book us your most luxurious suite available. The one equipped with a massive jacuzzi tub. And make sure the hot water pressure is running flawlessly. Understood, ma'am. Please give me just one moment. I will process your check-in immediately. Well, how do I look? Pretty sharp, right? Go clean yourself up. A quick, simple rinse will be more than enough for me. Absolutely not. You are taking a full, relaxing soak. Does it still throb with pain? I completely forgot about the agony ages ago. Dachuan, we truly made it out of that nightmare alive, didn't we, So? Yeah, we survived against all odds. Sume, what are you staring at so intensely out there? Nothing much. I'm just feeling incredibly overwhelmed with emotion. Just a few days back, we were dangling on the literal edge of life and death on that treacherous Sichuan-Tibet highway. Yet tonight, we're standing here peaceful and safe, watching the world drift by so serenely. That is precisely how this unforgiving route operates. Extreme danger and immense opportunities coexist side by side. Every single trucker who manages to carve their way out of that hellscape is a certified badass. Alright, get your clothes fully zipped up. It's time for us to hit the asphalt again. He's quickly running out of time. Is that point? Can this heavily damaged rig even be salvaged and repaired at this point? If we can't patch it up, we're totally finished. She's completely beyond saving now. The main chassis beam is severely fractured, and the engine block has sustained catastrophic internal damage. The fact that she managed to survive this entire trek is nothing short of an absolute miracle. My goodness, Master Jiang. Did you guys literally drive this thing through a war zone? The highway was incredibly hostile. Go ahead and inspect the cargo. This is absolutely miraculous, Master Jiang. You are a true legend. I saw on the news broadcast that a massive landslide hit the New River Pass, and multiple heavy rigs were completely obliterated. I was deeply worried, but you guys lucked out completely. This had absolutely nothing to do with luck. This was pure unadulterated skill. Here is your remaining balance of $17,000, along with the $2,000 performance bonus we agreed on earlier. This route was a literal death trap. You risked your lives to deliver this, so you earned every cent. The math checks out perfectly. Master Jiang, you've managed to secure yourself an incredible business manager. Oh, by the way, next month we have a massive shipment of construction materials heading to Kamdo, and the payout is exceptionally high. Are you guys willing to take on the contract? We can't accept it. The truck is completely totaled. She will never breathe life again. Yeah. Our mission is officially accomplished. Manager Liu, this vintage Jifang rig is completely beyond repair. Let's park her over in this slot for now. I need to head out and take care of some urgent personal business first. Once that's handled, I'll return immediately. That won't be a problem at all. However, this is an active commercial warehouse space, and heavy vehicles are constantly moving in and out. You need to deal with it as swiftly as possible. Sorry for the hassle. The very second my personal matters are sorted, I'll come straight back to haul her away. Let's go. Where to? The hospital. To finally go visit our mother. Alright.